Yo, what's up guys? Back in with another video. Hope you guys are doing great. Sorry for not uploading for the past 3 days, but I'm back and I'm gonna be pushing out more content than ever, boys. So yeah, let's. Alright, so today guys, I'm gonna be showing you how to make this beautiful application. So when we press this party, see what happens. So yeah, and when you stop it, it goes away. So I'll be teaching you guys how to make this. If you guys are liking the videos, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, helps me a lot. And yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so we got the HTML base down and we have a JavaScript page. So yeah, what we first want to do is let's create the buttons first. So what I'll do is I'll make a body, and inside the body I'm going to make two buttons. So the first button will be called Let's Party, and the next button will be called Stop the Party. Alright, and I'm going to wrap these in a div thing, div, and I'll give the div an ID of button div. Now let's see how it looks when we run. So this is how it looks when we run Let's Party and Stop the Party, but there is nothing happens when we click the button. So let's do that next. So in my JavaScript, so we have to make the background change colors every second or something like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an array of colors, and I'll give some colors like red, green, yellow, and orange. Right? So we have to make it that it selects a random color from here and it puts it as the background color, and some time later it chooses another different color and puts the background color to that color. It might not make sense right now, but we'll need intervals, so I'm gonna make a variable called timer, and we have to give our buttons the ID, so when we press it we know what we press. So I'll do party, and over here I'll give it to stop party. Stop party. So there. So now we'll do document dot get element by ID dot we'll do party, and dot on click will make a new function. Now in this function what we would do is we would change the color. Let's make a new function of change color. Now what we need to do is make a variable called random color that picks a random color from this array of colors. So we'll do colors, and we have to do the math.floor math.random times by the minimum and the maximum amount of numbers you want to get in between. So we'll do 0, which is minimum, plus the colors dot length. So this will give us a random index between 0 and the color's length, and the color's length is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will give us a random number between 0 and 4, but if we get 4 we will not have any object in the fourth position, so that's why we need to do length minus 1. So now we will get 0 plus 3, so we'll get a random number between 0 and 3. So, and we'll get random colors from here. So now what we have to do is up here I'm also gonna make a variable of what the color is, and once we get the random color we'll assign it to color, and over here we have to check if the color that we just got is not repeated. So every time you get this color you have to set it to random color, but before we do that you have to check it if it's the same color as it was before. because you don't want it to repeat it. So let's say if we get green, we don't want it to be green again. So that's why we have to do color. If it doesn't equal to random color, then we'll assign it to that. And if it doesn't equal to it, we'll set it to the random color. So document dot body dot style dot background equals random color. Correct? And if it does equal to it, so let's say if we get green and if we get green again, we'll just do a recursion, so it keeps going back and forth until we get a different color. So yeah, and obviously we have to do this, run this function every second or so. So how do we do that? Is we would need to use an interval, the interval method. So what the interval method does is it runs a function on repeat for however many seconds you give. So if you give like 1 second, it will run a function every second. So remember this timer that we made? We're gonna assign that to set interval change color every 100 milliseconds. So we'll run this change color function every 100 milliseconds. So yeah, let's see how our website is looking like right now. So if we do, so let's see how it looks, and let's party, and it doesn't work. Let me see why. Oh, the reason that it's not changing is because you haven't connected to HTML. So we have to connect the JavaScript code that we wrote to the HTML. So I'll do script. So now if you run, oh, and one more thing, we didn't put parentheses here. So now if you run, there we go, guys. So now we get the rainbow in the background, and it's not the same colors. Then we stop it, nothing happens. So let's do that part next. I'm sorry if you guys' head hurts by looking at it. So now if you try to do try to stop it, stop party dot on click function. So if you press that, what we will need to do is we will need to clear interval the timer. So remember we made the timer over here that it sets the interval to change color by 100 milliseconds every time. So every 100 milliseconds it runs this function. So now we have to clear that so that it doesn't do that. So and we clear interval timer, and we will need to set the background color to white. So now if we run, we can do it and we can stop it, but it doesn't work. Why? Because it's stop party, not stop underline party. So, and if you run, rainbow, boom, stop, start, stop, start, stop. But there's a bug here. So as you guys can see, if you press it, nothing happens. But if you keep pressing on this, it becomes faster, as you guys can see. And you can't stop it. So in order to prevent that from happening, so whenever we run this function over here, we need to clear interval timer. So after we clear interval timer, then it's like whenever we run it, it resets it. So oh my god. Alright, so let's see. So I keep pressing on it, nothing happens. So now let's add the bird and the music in it. So I already have it, the bird and the music in the background, but if you guys want, I'll link it in the description on where to get those things. But yeah, and also you don't want to embed it, you just want to download it and put it in there. So what I'll do is I will make an image and src equals bird gif. That's the bird gif that we get, and also the audio would be, so it will be party.mp3. Alright, so if you run our website, as you guys can see, we got the little bird here dancing. So now what we need to do is hide the image. Whenever we press plus party, the image comes up, and then yeah. So how do we do that is we'll give the image an ID to style, or actually I'm just gonna wrap it in a div because it's better to style it that way. I'll give the div an ID of bird div, and up on top we'll make our style place. So first of all, let's not do the styling right now. Let's go ahead and fix the music and all that stuff. So over here I'm gonna make a variable music, and I'm gonna get the ID from the music. So if I'm not sure if you get, okay, there we go, music, give an ID dot get element by ID music dot so music. Now whenever we press this function, the music should start playing. So, and whenever we stop it, we need to pause the music. Pause. And what we need to do is put the current time to 0. So what the current time does is whenever you pause it and you press the button again, it will start playing from where it was paused. When you do music.current time equals 0, it resets the music, so every time you press that, it will start from the beginning. So let's see if it works. So we got our thing, we refresh, and it doesn't work because the reason it's not working is because our script is above all these other elements, so we have to put it in the beginning, the last element, in the last place. So now if we run, there we fucking go, boys. There we fucking go. Alright, so now let's make the bird come in the middle, the buttons make a little bit bigger, come in the middle, and let's make the bird disappear when we're not pressing let's play. So what we'll do is we'll make a style. I'll fix the button divs first. So what we need to do is we're gonna text align the buttons to the center. We're gonna center the bird. There we go. Now what we need to do is I'm gonna make the bird a little bit bigger just because I like it big. So I'll give this bird an ID of bird. I'll do width equals 200 pixels, height equals 200 pixels, and I'll do visibility hidden, so when we run it doesn't show, when we press it, it shows. And in my youtube.js, I'll do, every time we press this, document.getElement by ID bird, I'll make this style dot visibility equals visible, and over here I'll do document dot getElement by ID bird dot visibility equals hidden. So let's see how it works. So see, you don't see it, and there we go. Oh, the stop the party doesn't work because we didn't do style dot visibility. And if you do and stop, there we go. And now let's make the buttons a little bit bigger. So I'll do party. I'll just make a class and then I'll give them to a class, because button size, I'll do let's do font 50 pixels, and height I'll do 50 pixels. We'll give the class to these buttons. Alright, let's see how it looks. Boom. That looks so much better and cleaner. I mean, the default one looks good too. Let's give it a little bit of a margin on this button right here. I'll do style equals margin right. 50 pixel looks good. We run. There we go. Alright, so now let's run it. And we stop it. As you guys can see, this is really cool. And yeah, you guys can also speed up the background, the disco. If you guys want, you can slow it down. So I'll do like every second. That was every like millisecond, but now I'll do every second. So as you guys can see, it's slower. Or you guys can do even like 10, which is gonna be very fast, as you guys might see right now. So, oh my god, what is that, dude? Yo, this is so fast. But yeah, guys, this is it. If you guys like the videos, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, it helps me a lot. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.